Hey out there YouTube, today I got to try to do something with my laser. What I have here, as you can see, are some very small, or is a very small 14mm seamless bead that's sterling silver. My goal is to try to engrave some words on this. This is what I'm going to try to do with it. I have to figure out, a lot of times with requests from customers, I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. And this is what I've come up with for this one. Now, this is going to rotate, and you can see in the background it's moving up and down a little bit if you look at it compared to the honeycomb. So I've got to make sure that stays square. So let me hit pause, and I'm going to show you what I've come up with to do that. Alright, so this is what I've come up with. I use this piece of wood that you see here for something else. But what I've got to do now is try to get this level, make sure it's as level as possible so that when this is turning during the lasering, it's going to stay nice and in the middle there, and hopefully I'll find the right settings to be able to engrave some black words on this ever so small. Let's see if I can zoom in without moving closer. There you go. Hey look, I can almost see me there. But we'll see how this comes out. Okay, so this is pretty much what I've come up with. I'm not sure if the laser's going to play nicely. I've got to get this down and only have that much. Wow, it might be close. Have that much of a gap. Yeah, I got to close that up a little bit. And once I get this done, let me see if I can set this here while I adjust that. Let me see here. Where am I at? There I am. It's not the perfect way to see, but maybe you'll be able to watch as I try to adjust this without this turning over. Don't fall. So this has to be right at this number here. This is a, oops, that's what I thought was going to happen. Let me see here. Alright, so that's right at about 6mm. And that's where that needs to be in order to get a focus. If this works, oh, I just realized I've got to take that out and coat it. But if this works, I'm going to have 1/8 inch tall letters, and it's going to go about 1 1/4 inches around this. So we'll see. Let me hit pause again. Okay, so I got this set up. Took off the front to make sure I'm pretty much level. I've checked, double checked, triple checked. What I don't know is what settings I need in order to get this to engrave. So I think I'm going to give this one chance, one try. Going to the extreme, so I think it's going to work. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to come up on top now. See if I can zoom in. And this should go pretty fast, so hopefully nothing crazy happens. There we go. So far it looks good. The exhaust is going to switch off here in a second. So with what I have right now, I want to say that it's going to work, but the important thing now that I have to do is I have to clean this. Just simple water. We'll see what happens. So I will call this a victory. I really have this zoomed in a lot. Hopefully you can see how small this is. This is for an Eagle Scout. He earned it on the 20th of October 2019. So I've got one more to do now that I did this one, and I'll show a video of them together. So, boy, that doesn't want to focus, does it? It's coming. Let me hit pause. Okay, and now it's time for the second bead. Everything should be ready. Let's do it. Looks pretty good. As soon as this switches off, I can talk to you. I hit pause. Alright, so I've got both of these done, and initially when I started, if you remember, I had this piece of wood here, which I ended up not needing / using. So I set up something here from my Chuck rotary. This bead has a hole in the top and the bottom. That is a pen shaft, and you got to figure out ways to do stuff for customers when they ask. Let me back up just a little bit. So that'll work a little better. So I was able to figure out that if I could do this, I'd put the tip piece over here in the other hole. What I wasn't sure though is how much backlash I was going to get when this laser was going. As you saw there, obviously it worked out okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go now and I'm going to rinse off this bead, and I'll show you the two of them together. Somehow I'll figure out a way to display them so you can see them.